knowledge of purpose. Knowledge of purpose. For which purpose are you? For which work are you? Do you have that knowledge of purpose? God has called you into a certain mission. God has called you into a certain purpose to be fulfilled. And He has given you all the knowledge you need to fulfill that purpose. He has given you all the knowledge you need to fulfill that mission. But unless you understand for which purpose you are called, you might not be able to use this knowledge rightly to pursue the purpose that God has called you. So it is important that you know your purpose, the knowledge that you have for which purpose you should pursue. Praise the Lord. The tailors have a purpose to pursue. The lawyers have a purpose to pursue. The teachers, the medical people have a purpose to pursue. The clergy have a purpose to pursue. And sure, at the end of the day, we will all stand before the Creator and offer accountability on how well we pursued the purpose for which He had put upon each one of us. The students have a purpose to pursue. But what is happening? How are you using that knowledge? Bishop Muhima recently was telling us, the Bishop Emeritus of Ankole Diocese, was telling us that Uganda is suffering from AIDS. Too much AIDS. And he says he's reaching a point when he does not want to imagine that it is going to be possible anymore to cure from this AIDS in Uganda. He said AIDS is too much. The prevalence rate is too high. And everyone is getting corrupted with AIDS. And he said, what does this mean? Now people started saying, oh, for me I am a married man and faithful to my wife and husband. People say, no, for me I am abstained from sex. I don't think I am a victim of AIDS. Until this man of God said, wait a minute. The AIDS I am talking about is not HIV/AIDS. I am talking about acquired integrity deficiency syndrome in this country. We are in integrity crisis in this country. The land have become perfect of God's purpose. Do you know that the land in this country are the problem? Do you know? Do you know that people who we refer to as knowledgeable people are the most causes of the problems that we have in this country, in the world? Do you know that? Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson has written many books, and he's a neurosurgeon. He had a very humble background. Those of you who have read about his history, very humble background, grew up as a very poor boy, sleeping in very funny slums and all that. But God helped him. He grew up in all those stages, and now he's one of those very rich Americans, and a practicing neurosurgeon. He said in the American elections, he contested for presidency on the Democratic Party ticket and he lost. And so he said one thing. He said, many times we are convinced to think that politicians will solve our problems, forgetting that most of the problems we have in the world are being created by politicians. Now, I'm not saying that the Lucifer who is here, whom I don't know, is one of those causing problems. I am simply telling you what Ben Carson said. He said many times we are led to think that politicians are problem solvers, and we forget that most of the problems we have in the world have been created by politicians. I said, wait a minute. I had it again. I said, this man has a point. We are the problem. The people that the world looks up to us and say we have knowledge. But the reason we are the problem is because we use that knowledge wrongly. We do not use it rightly. The medical people are trained to save lives, right? Medical people take an oath to say, we shall save lives under all circumstances. And then this 14-year-old girl who is in senior 2 goes to them and says, my father is going to kill me. You want me dead in the next morning? My father is going to kill me. I want you to help me. There is this fetus in my house. in my womb that I want out. And they say, younger girl, I see your future is going. You are indeed dead. I have to help you. And let's terminate the pregnancy. They use words like terminate. They use words like let's abort. Come on, that's not termination. That is murder. Because life of a human being begins at conception. It does not begin at delivery. Praise the Lord. But they are the ones who are knowledgeable to save life. Do you know that medics can choose to end the world? Do you know that? Do you know that medics can choose to end the world? And it is simple. If they choose to use their knowledge wrongly, they just make sure that every delivering mother does not live to see their baby alive. If they do it for the next 2 years, then your plan will have a problem. Because the elders will be dying and no one will be coming to replace them. Just imagine a situation where the medical people sit in their caucus and resolve to say, let us kill every newborn baby for the next 5 years. I want you to imagine how a hell the world will be. Knowledge of purpose. We need medical people who know that God has called us to this mission, to this purpose of saving lives. And regardless of the situation, regardless of what we go through, it's not about money. It's not about your father is about to kill you. I am trained, I have the knowledge, I have called to save lives, and I must be seen saving life. And that's it. Absolutely, that is it. The knowledge of purpose. The knowledge of purpose. The husbands should know that they are called into this purpose and responsibility of upbringing their children in a manner that glorifies God, that makes them responsible adults, and whether they have or they don't have, they must be seen playing that role, that responsibility of bringing up children in a manner that portrays responsibility, that portrays love for others, that portrays love for God and fear for God. Whether you have it or not, you cannot stand and say, if I had money, my children will be responsible. But now that I don't have money, my children can be irresponsible. You don't know what you're talking about. And then that integrity, efficiency has gone around us everywhere. It is everywhere. To an extent that people don't trust each other. You don't. There's no trust. I gave someone a lift to call me, and she received a phone call. And around the Bukede, and she was talking to someone, and she said, yeah, I slept in Soroti last night. I am in Soroti. Let's meet at about 10. I reached Soroti last night and let me relax. I am relaxing a bit. Let's meet at about 10. I looked at this lady in my car, deceiving, on phone. I felt like my heart is being pierced. And then she was sharing something and she said, between me and you, you need to know this, between me and you. So when she got off the phone, I said, did you sleep in Soroti? She just laughed and said, you know, if I ever told this man the truth, I don't know. I didn't want to know more. But that is it. I work for the university, and parents come to me saying, what has happened? My son was supposed to graduate. He says, my daughter is supposed to be graduating, what has happened? And then we go and check in the records. And the only record you have is that such a student picked an admission letter and they have never reported. And then the parent says, I have been paying fees, promptly giving the son, the daughter money every beginning of semester. Now these are 6 semesters when I expect him to graduate. You are telling, what are you talking about? I said, parents wanting to fight us in offices. So what are you talking about? The children get the money and they eat the money. The knowledge of purpose. When these children go to school, sometimes they think they are studying for you. But you must help them know that you are working on their purpose. They have a purpose to fulfill. They should be told. My father never came to school to visit me during visitation days. I bet he even knows the location of the school I went to. I went to the college in Grace in Olevo. And my father died, never ever going to Kapchora. Yeah, never. But at the beginning of term, he would call us to take circulars to him. And he would count the money. And says, Peter, how much is your money? You said it was 145. He counts it and gives it to you. And he says, now my son, it is up to you. You choose whether to eat this money, go have girlfriends, drink it, waste it, or go pay it in the bank and go to school. He says, as for me, it is not my business to be following you up to know how you use the money. He says, you choose whether to eat it or to pay fees. If you eat it, it will be you to suffer. If you pay fees, you'll be a responsible person. And he used to say, for me, I'll be long gone. You'll be enjoying your money with your wife and children. For me, I will not be there. He said, when you're eating your bread, I will not be there. And if I am there, I won't be a mother. And when I went to university in 2006, my father died. And surely today, I eat bread with my wife and children. My father is not there. He's not there. If I had eaten up the money, I also know where I will be. Then the purpose. You must be knowledgeable about what is this thing God has called you to be. As a teacher, you are not just an employee. You are making people. You are called to make responsible people. As a leader, politicians, as leaders, you are called to fulfill a special assignment to make people. There is MP in my side. Now for us, we don't have rivers. Where I come from, we contested and promised us to put bridges. We said, but where is the river? Where are you going to put a bridge? Why are you deceiving us? What is your purpose? What has God called you to do as a teacher, as a lawyer, as a medical person, as a tailor, as a student, as a child, as a Sunday school teacher, as a graduate? What is your purpose? Do you have knowledge of it? Are you doing it? The work that you're doing, does it give God glory? When this gentleman did great crafts work, God was glorified. They got the knowledge, they were filled with the knowledge, they did work in accordance with the expectations of God, and God was glorified. So secondly, the knowledge of purpose.